Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play B-Migs.
It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B-Migs. Don't be a loser.
It's time to pump it up for Monday. That's right. Yeah, get pumped up. Come on, do it. You said it? I'm doing it.
Doesn't sound like you're very pumped up there.
On God's ears to your lips, or your lips to God's ears? What is it?
Huh?
I don't know. It's a line.
Lips and ears, that just sounds weird.
Lips and ears and toes and...
Hey,
I'm pumped up, though.
Okay, great. Let's get to our contestant. We got Willie in Bellingham. Willie, are you there?
I like turtles.
Nice, me
don't,
too.
Don't, Willie.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow, don't...
Ride.
Yeah,
Yeah, ride those turtles.
If you go to the rock shop, please do me a favor and buy 400 of the turtle shirts. And that way, that'll
yeah, exactly.
That'll get them out of there.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Willie will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Willie, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Ready.
Which famous classical composer's music was featured in the film A Clockwork Orange?
Beethoven.
Yes. Who was the star of films such as The Transporter and Snatch?
Pass.
Which band released the song We Built This City?
Jefferson Starship.
No.
Jefferson Airplane.
No.
Airplane. Starship.
Oh, 4th guess on that one. Sorry. What instrument does Roger Taylor play in Queen?
Bass.
No.
Drums.
Yes. What does the O in the governmental agency NATO stand for?
Organization.
Yes. Taylor Momsen played Cindy Lou Who in what 2000 film?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes. A mallard is what type of bird?
A duck.
Yes. What was the name of Michael and Janet Jackson's father?
Joe.
Yes. Machu Picchu is known as the lost city of the what?
Mayan.
No.
Inca.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 correct.
Ooh, what was your answer on the Lost City, sir? What did you say?
The Inca.
Yeah. See, that's the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, I felt bad for him for the whole like Starship thing.
How many would he get right?
He would if he didn't get this one.
Yeah,
he would get 6 correct.
Oh, this is a tough one, man.
I know.
I'm gonna let you make the call.
I know. I mean,
I'll let you make the call.
We'll see what Steve does and see how Steve does. So if it's close, I might just give it to Willie.
I say give him both. That'll put him at 8.
It's a Monday. I'm feeling pretty good, and
come on, buddy. Yeah, you are feeling good, Steve. This is unprecedented. But the Rev is actually kind of maybe thinking of being a nice guy.
Might. We have to see how this all works out.
I'm shocked.
I'm really hoping, Steve, that you kind of absolutely either crush him or you do absolutely terrible.
Okay, so if it's a close game, you're worried.
Yes.
Oh, boy, I hope it's a close game.
I think it's going to be a close game.
Drama.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
I don't like drama. I like turtles more.
I don't like drama. I cannot lie.
Are you ready?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Which famous classical composer's music was featured in the film A Clockwork Orange?
Oh, Snoop Dogg.
No.
Beethoven.
Yes. Who was the star of films such as The Transporter and Snatch?
Jason Statham.
Yes. Which band released the song We Built This City?
On rock and roll.
Thanks.
Starship.
Yes. What instrument does Roger Taylor play in Queen?
The drums.
Yes. What does the O in the governmental agency NATO stand for?
Oh, my.
No.
Organization?
Yes.
Nice.
Taylor Momsen played Cindy Lou Who in what 2000 film?
So I think it's Pretty Reckless, but we're talking about her when she was younger. Mm-hmm. Oh, crap. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes. A mallard is what type of bird?
A duck.
Yes. What was the name of Michael and Janet Jackson's father?
Joe.
Yes. Machu Picchu is known as the lost city of the what?
The Peruvians?
No.
The Fraggles?
No.
The Keebler Elves.
No. Yeah. Who played Wolverine in the 2013 movie The Wolverine?
Oh, crap. What's his name? Hugh Jackman.
Yes. And Steve, you win 7-9.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Phew.
Sorry, Willie. Okay, there goes.
Yeah.
There goes Willie.
It was brutal because his fourth guess was Starship. After he kind of went through everything, he went through Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship.
And then he said airplane.
And then he said airplane and then Starship. And I was like, oh, no.
That would have been funny if at some point they named their band just Airplane. Just to get everything in there.
So confusing with that one.
Yep.
And then he said Machu Picchu is known as the lost city of the Inca, which is the lost city of the Incas.
Yeah.
So there's the S there. So I was like, I feel bad for the first one. I kind of want to give it to him for that one.
I probably would have gave it to him, too.
Yeah, but then you just crushed him, so that worked out for me.
Would you have given it to him if it would have given you the loss and given me the song?
Completely different situation. You're absolutely right. No, not a chance in
See,
hell.
exactly.
That's
I know,
what I
right?
figured.
Yeah, so it was a little rough
tie.
there, but-
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So thank you for keeping the drama at bay and getting yourself a win there.
Nice. There you go.
Oh, man, if I would have known that one, I would have had a perfect 10.
Sorry, buddy.
You don't sound very sorry.
Yeah. Well, you got to go to Machu Picchu.
The Machu Picchu tribe.
That's what you got to go do, which is, that's what I did. That's the only reason I know.
That's the only reason why I could even have some sense of idea of where it is, because you went to Peru to do drugs in the Machu Picchu.
Wow, thanks. I went to do herbs.
Yes,
because it's a tea from a leaf, so it's really not a drug.
Yeah, drugs.
Yeah, that's what we call drugs. BJ.
You went on a spiritual
I'm going to
journey.
call. You know what I'm going to call
that
drugs?
Rev.
I'm going to call drugs is where they basically take something and refine it and turn it into a pill, or something you inject in
Well,
yourself.
you can say
I'm
that.
gonna call
Yeah,
it.
but if someone does mushrooms, they'll consider that you're doing a drug.
Well, I would say I don't think mushrooms are drugs either.
It's a good argument to have, though.
Yeah, I would say it's natural in the earth, whereas, you get some of the refined stuff like Oxy or something. That's, right off the bat, or you're doing some heroin, you do a little smacker.
Speaking of that, you know how, and I know you dealt with it this morning, more often than not, you get hit with spam Facebook friend requests for girls that look attractive, and you click on their link. It's like, hi, I do prostitution stuff. And
Steve, that she's legitimately a person that knows me.
Right.
Yes.
I always love, though, when you have
yes.
the mutual friends. I'm like, okay, which one of my idiot friends accepted this friend request? And then it's like, oh, boy.
Oh, I didn't even bother checking that.
That's always my favorite.
Oh.
But I had the first time ever having, it wasn't a hot chick, it was a random dude. And I always click on it just to be like, do I know this person or not? I'm like, no mutual friends, random dude. And it's basically just like a Facebook page for someone selling mushrooms.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, sure.
Are you saying now that Facebook is sending your way possible friend requests because you mentioned mushrooms and your phone picked it up?
I don't think it's that. I just think that they're sending, I think it's just some kind of random scam account. No different than a hot chick scam account.
It is funny that the mushroom guy, because you're the one that's probably, at least admitted on the show that you've done mushrooms more than anybody's admitted on the show.
Right. Oh,
And-
yeah, I'm microdosing right now, boys.
Yeah,
No.
well,
Wow,
but
good
I
job.
look, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Like, I now wonder if they can do that via friend request because they do it with ads,
Yeah.
where they hear what you say and then you all of a sudden start seeing ads. Wow, because Steve, of everybody on the show, you've had lots of great stories of your college days where you're like, well, you know what, and everything you talked about. So it was a bad idea and it was usually involving
Mushrooms or some hallucinogenic,
and you're the guy, and you're the one that got that friend request from Mushroom Person, like out of everybody on the show.
Yeah, I think it was more just a spam account. I don't know if it was targeted, although if it was, good on them for targeting me. There's other things
Yeah.
I'd like too.
I'm going to start paying attention
Right.
to now the friend requests I get to see if, in fact, their interests match mine. I'm going to see.
You like mushrooms? I like mushrooms too. Let's be friends.
Like if Betty, who looks way too young to even care about me, wearing way too little to even be on my Facebook page, also says, and I like board games, I'm going to go, okay.
Right?
Yeah, all right. There
It
we
just
go.
makes me wonder, who even creates these pages? And
Vicky.
I guess enough people click on them or accept their friend request. But what happens next? Is it really going to be somebody like, hey, I would like to have sex with you? Or is it just like...
Yeah. I mean, here's what happens.
Yes.
Here's what happens.
It's so weird.
I've accepted because that there's a lot of things that happen on Facebook where your friend will get phished a little bit and they'll create a whole new account. And then I will accept it thinking, gosh, I thought I was friends with this person. I guess I'm not. The next thing you know, they go, hi, how are you today? And then I go, okay, you are not my friend.
Yep.
That's how it starts. And then they have a conversation, and usually, they want to just get money. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if they're going to have
That's a good
sex with
point.
you, but they're going to go, Steve, can you wire me X amount of dollars for whatever I'm saying I'm going to give you?
Will I get the mushrooms from the other guy?
Yes.
If so, sure.
So, Danny, you know what it's time to do. What? It's time to set up fake accounts and see if we can get Steve to pay us for mushrooms.
Oh, cool. Done.
Let's do it. All right.
You have a better chance of selling me cookies.
Good call.
And by the way, I am telling you right now, when we all retire from this show, whatever it is, or if Vicky's no longer working for the show, there's going to be an expose where Vicky's the one that's been doing this to all of us.
Yeah.
All day long, we think she's doing memes, but she's basically spamming us all trying to get money.
She really is the Nigerian prince.
Yeah.
Anytime you guys slight me in the slightest.
Oh, I like how you did that.
I didn't even mean
what
to.
if we slight you in the not so slightest, but in the megaest?
Then it's worse. It's like you take the last cookie. Okay, cool. I'm signing you up for a new website.
Okay, Steve.
Great.
Yeah.
That part was extra stinky. Oh, signing you up again.
Someone said
Come
the
on.
mushroom accounts are cops because I got a friend request in the PM from one and left it there and changed his profile picture back to his original account, LOL.
Hello, fellow mushroom user.
Right?
Oh, I hadn't thought the cops.
Hello, would you like to buy some of these mushrooms from me, the mushroom dealer?
Oh, man. Wow.
Hi, I am the mushroom dealer. Some call me Papa Smurf.
Other
Okay.
people call me officer.
So for illegal activity, it could be a sting.
Who's the idiot that's like
Oh, dude,
Why are you
there's
looking
plenty
at me
of
when you say
dum-dums,
that?
man.
Why did you look right over here
Okay.
and look at me? Because I'm the lonely guy that gets targeted every time we're in Vegas for
Aw.
prostitutional activity. Why are you looking at me?
like who would be like, whoa, I've been trying to get some mushrooms. There's a random guy on Facebook that just friend requested me. I will DM him and say, sir, nice to meet you. May I buy the mushrooms from you?
I want to meet that guy. Like you said, who is it? I want to meet the guy that actually gets scammed by the cops.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a high school senior from Virginia. Her name is Avery. And she shared a story about something extremely petty that her father did. Avery's mom and dad are not together, and her father drove a rented trailer to the home that Avery shares with her mom and sister and dumped 80,000 pennies by the mailbox. And he told Avery's mom that it was his last child support payment. And here's Avery telling the story of what her dad did.
I just turned 18. When I was in the middle of class, my dad came by. He had rented a trailer. He pulled up in front of our house, turned the trailer on, so it dumped out all the pennies in the street in front of our house. And my mom walked outside while it was happening. She didn't recognize him at first, and she asked, "What are you dumping on my lawn?" And he said, "It's your final child support payment."
Oh, yeah, look, they have like the Ring cam or some kind of security cam, and there it is, just backing up a bunch of pennies.
Wow.
How much is 80,000 pennies? I'm not good at math.
Is that $800, $8,000? It's either 800 or 8,000. Somebody quickly do the math. 100 pennies in a buck. Yeah. I don't know.
Come on, no pressure. Let's go.
$1 is 100.
We know that.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. I can't
Divide
figure this
80,000 by 100. That'll tell you what it is. I believe it's 8,000.
BJ.
Carry the 4.
Like I said, 800. Like I
Yeah,
said.
800. Yeah,
There we go.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Your math leaders in the morning.
I know. This is horrible. Too many zeros. I knew it was either 800 or 8,000, and I figured probably more 800. Because I feel like if a dude's paying 8,000 in child support, he's just not going to dump that. He's not going to do that.
That's a lot of pennies.
Yeah, it is. 80,000 pennies he got from the bank in order to get this done.
I hate people.
Right.
People just do that. Like the penny thing is like that's like seems to be the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to get somebody. I'm just going to leave a bunch of pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah. They decided to
And
turn
how about
this.
the daughter has to see this? Like she has multiple.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple kids. Like you got whatever issues you got with mom. That's fine, but do you have to like be a douche in front of your own
That's
kids?
what I'm saying. It's $800. Like, come on. You made the baby pay the damn child support.
He did with pennies.
I can't.
There's a big moment in his life. His final child support payment.
He's been planning that for 18 years.
Probably.
Yeah, and they have, I don't know. Here's what I would say. If Avery was an only child, maybe you could sit there and go, what's the history of how this child came into being and why is he so angry? But if she's got a sister, which means, okay, you were involved with this woman for more than one child. I'm assuming that both kids are his. I don't think they are. Example.
I don't think they are, honestly, because at that point,
would he still be paying child support?
Yeah, if they had another sister.
Oh, good call.
That's if it's a younger sister.
I hadn't thought about that. You're right. She just turned 18. You may be right, Danny. Well, then I don't even know what to say. But the thing is that maybe their lives are better. Maybe she found a better person to be with because they decided to turn this petty act into a positive one by donating the money to Safe Harbor Domestic Abuse Center, which, by the way, wow, if that's a statement in itself. Which you know what I mean?
You get that
like
vibe
if that's her favorite charity.
Right. Like it's like, okay, you're going to do that to us? Well, yeah, we're going to make an example out of this.
Yeah, boy, it does suck. You're right for the kid. Like, no matter what problems you may have with the parent, you're now the father of a child. You just got to be better than that, and he was not.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So, a guy made his last child support payment by dumping 80,000 pennies at his ex's house. Based on this, finish his sentence. I know it was petty, but I once did blank. What did you do that was super petty, or what was something petty that was done to you? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Ryan in Bothell, you are on the Rock.
Yeah. How y'all doing this morning?
Not too bad, Ryan. All right, so what's your story? Were you the petty maker or the petty giver, the getter?
Oh, petty maker for sure. So, when your kids are just being kind of jerks and, the night before that morning you're telling them to get ready and they just, the second you tell them to do something, they've got like a million things on their list to do and they're just not doing the one thing you ask them to do. So the petty thing that I do every once in a while is, they'll ask for a PB&J. I'll throw so much jelly on that dang sandwich by the time they get to school, their lunch will be a mess. And the time they open it, it'll just be a bomb in there.
Oh, there you go. This is
so like the bread's all soggy from the jelly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It'll just be a hot mess. And they'll come home and they'll be like, "Really? That was a mess." I'm like, "Yeah. Maybe you should act right in the morning next time."
Wow.
Serves you right.
Damn. Oh, there you go. This is what
That's
happens.
Harmless, though.
Yeah. This is stay-at-home dad on the case.
Oh yeah, harmless fun, but still, you gotta throw it in there a little bit, and you gotta teach them, remember who's smarter.
I'm in control of your jelly.
Well, it's interesting because I just had a conversation yesterday about parenting with somebody, and man, you don't know what to tell anybody because, especially Steve, by the time your kid gets to be in their, teens, oh my God, what do there's no answer that is a good answer because they're just being what they're being and you want to kick them out of the house. You just go, you know what? I am so done with you.
And I'm sure everyone will have their 2 cents on what they think is the right way to handle those things, which is always the fun thing. It's like, all right, no. And luckily, I got a couple years before I have to worry about the teenage years.
Yeah, I sat at the table and I said, look, I wish I could offer you advice, but I don't know. I said, I didn't know then. How would I even know now? Because the world's a different place. I don't know what it's like to raise a teenager now. I only know what it's like to raise a teenager, like 15 years ago. And even then I didn't know how. I mean, that seemed like a good idea at the time to just basically blow up their sandwiches with an extra jelly. Who knows if a psychologist is going to say either A, that was brilliant, or B, you're the worst parent. You don't know. You got to do the best you can.
I mean, I'm no psychologist, but I mean, I would imagine that there's no stories of somebody like, hey, what happened? Why did you become like this, like serial killer? Well, my dad, he put too much jelly on my peanut butter and jelly. I feel like there's not going to be awful after effects from a peanut butter and jelly sandwich gone wrong. Well, I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to Vegas on that one. You know what, Steve? I agree with you. It would be ludicrous, but you know what, man? Sometimes the things I hear in the world of behavioral psychology, I'm like, wow, I never thought that was bad, but I guess they're saying it's bad.
Check out the chapter about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah, apparently it's like, oh, too much jelly. Do you know what you've done to my psyche?
I like this one. This is a great story of being petty. After a breakup with my girlfriend, I moved out. Well, I went back to drop off the keys, and I saran wrapped all of her toilets.
Yeah, that's a classic. It's easy to do, too.
Yeah, and I think I feel like on a girl's end, you're not paying attention to it because you're just like, in
'Cause
the
you turn
dark.
around.
You just go to the bathroom, lift up the lid, and then just sit down. You're not even thinking about that. Like a guy, I think you notice it better.
Yeah, if he does it the right way, he does it underneath, so that way
Yes.
she doesn't notice when she's sitting down. Yeah, that's
if you do it above, you're a terrible prankster.
Right?
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah.
Well, it took me a while to think about it, Steve, because immediately I thought, I should probably do that above. And then, wait a minute, that wouldn't work. So I had to suss that out. I'm interested in hearing what the Reverend Infuego has to say, since he's
not
never
petty.
petty.
Oh, of course. I'm never petty. I've never done anything petty in my life. Well, I mean, except for when I was a security guard and, observing and reporting. But there was a guy who was a bit of a jerk, and he just worked in the building. So I decided that he had parked a little bit off. And I asked him, I was like, hey, man, I need you to move your car. I was doing a thing. And he gave me some attitude. So I was like, all right, fine. And I had the car towed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta know what person in power's power is. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and you don't want to give me any power whatsoever because guess what? I'm a Toyota.
You're Thanos. Let's be honest. Okay,
oh gosh, yes.
You're snapping people away without even thinking about it. Don't give him any power.
The most petty thing I think I do it every morning is still to this day is there was that one time this texter bitched about the fact that I said, and that's what's up at the end of the Miggs report. When we first started, I did it as a joke. And then you're like, yeah, you didn't say it. And I said it. And then this person's like, I hate that you say that. So to this day, and it's been now over a year, I end the Miggs report with, and that's what's up, solely to troll that one listener that bitched about it on the text line.
You're a better man than me, because somebody asked me on the podcast to stop saying, like, that we have Gareth von Kallenbach, who helps us out with the BJ Shea's Geek Nation. And I always used to yell out, von Kallenbach! And somebody said, I hate that. I love the whole podcast. I hate that. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I don't got to do that anymore.
Well, were they nice about it though? Like the way that they weren't? Oh, okay.
No.
Because this person was kind of being a jerk, so I was just like, the way that they said it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to lean into it. And now it's the catchphrase.
It's an interesting thing, because it's interesting because in the radio business they go, don't listen to one person. So yeah, like I have no problem with you continue to do it, because that one person may also illustrate why it's a good thing, because it's something they notice and that's what you're trying to do. But in the world of podcasting, that one podcaster might be my only listener.
Really,
so
we have no idea.
So it's like, well, maybe I probably should do what they say if they say they like everything but that. But I want to. Believe me, every time Rev goes, it's well, you know what? That could be my only guy. Like, might be the guy that really likes the podcast, and maybe he was happy I did him the favor and didn't do that annoying thing. I don't know.
But what about maybe there's like 30 other people that really enjoyed it?
Yeah, I wish that's the thing. I wish that people that enjoy things in life would let you know. They never let you know. People only complain. They very rarely tell you what they like. I mean, that's just a human thing. So
how often do you say, hey, I need to speak to the manager? I just want to let you know that everyone does a great job here. That never happens.
I try to go out of my way to do that because of that reason, Steve. Like, if we get good service at a restaurant, because that's the thing. It's like, especially me, I'm a complainer. So it's like, BJ, you gotta balance it out. Everything out of your mouth can't be a complaint. So how am I doing? Nah, not good.
You're doing all right.
Well, you know what? You guys are adequate this morning. How about that? You guys are really adequate.
And that's what's up.
There you go. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Kevin in Puyallup, you are on the Rock.
Oh,
Hi, Kevin. How about you? Were you petty or somebody petty to you?
I was the petty one.
Oh, what you do, Kevin? What you do?
I used to get custom pens made for me at work, and my coworkers were constantly stealing them. So what I would do is I would ask them to put it so there was like less than 5% of the ink left in the containers, in the tubes. So every time they would take them, they didn't have any ink.
Now, did it at some point somebody say anything about that? Did they go, who makes these pens? I mean, did you ever get to find out who really was the one stealing?
Yeah, I knew who was doing it. That's the reason why I ended up getting the ones without any ink in it.
Was it one person or multiple?
They were constantly. Oh, sorry.
Was it one person or multiple?
3.
Oh, 3. 3 a-holes.
Man, I feel like we need to bring back custom pens.
I know. You're absolutely right,
BJ
man.
Miggs pens.
Dude, that would be...
Wow, really?
I mean, why not? We've had all sorts of tchotchkes we've given away.
Tchotchke.
What's a tchotchke?
Oh, you see,
Tchotchkes. You don't know what a tchotchke is?
Yeah, it's a little thingy.
Like
it's a little. It's a little dilly bopper or a thingamajig.
Yeah, it's a little swag. It's a swag item.
Little tchotchkes.
Swag.
Really, Vicky, you know what a tchotchke is, right?
What's wrong with
Okay,
you,
maybe
Danny?
they don't have
Gosh,
tchotchkes in
Danny.
New.
I've never heard of a tchotchke.
I suppose if Dion's gave out tchotchkes, you'd know what they were in New
It's
Mexico.
a very old person term.
That's my mom would use that all the time.
Exactly. Only old people I've
It's like,
ever heard
I'm going to
say
get
it.
her some tchotchkes.
Why don't you all go F yourselves? I'm young people. All the YOLOs are saying tchotchke.
All the YOLOs.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, that
know.
makes sense. That tracks.
On their deathbed?
Okay, you know what? You're not getting any tchotchkes, okay? None of you, okay? You're not getting any pens.
Hey, BJ, someone just texted in. I listened to the Geek Nation podcast, and I always enjoyed when you did the Gareth Von Kallenbach thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's 1-1 right now. We really need an overwhelming majority.
There's another text that says that they liked when you gave Danny $5 every day too. So just
Yeah, I don't see that text. I think you're making that up.
Yeah, that sounds like a make 'em up right there.
I think you're lying.
Oh, you think it's a make 'em up?
Yeah.
I like it.
Wait, all of a sudden, when you don't know what a tchotchke is, but you think you know how to embezzle?
yes,
Yeah. I just got this text in. Danny's a. Yeah.
Oh yeah, can't say that one on the radio.
I mean, can't even read that text. Wow.
So it's like, good morning, BJ. I enjoy when you do that, even though I've never listened to your podcast.
Okay, thanks.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case, as long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases, and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.